Here are the 5 best 5G smartphones that you can buy under $1,000 for 2022. First is the Google Pixel 6 and the Pixel 6 Pro, both surprisingly under $1,000. So technically, this is a top 6 video. The 6 is $699, and then the Pro version is $899. The Google Pixel 6's camera is not just a high quality camera. The amount of things that you can adjust and change on the fly because of its smart photo, quote unquote, technology is just crazy. If you have a plane in the sky in a photo that you do not want there, it can be removed. Recording video and taking photos on the Pixel 6 and the Pixel 6 Pro are going to be the best phone cameras on the market besides the new Sony Xperia that is going to be releasing at some point in 2022 that cost over $2,000. But that's basically a camera with a phone inside of it, not the other way around. The Pixel 6 Pro is an improvement far and beyond what anyone would have expected in a phone, and what I personally am going to be picking up when they're actually in stock. The Pixel 6 is in stock quite a bit, but I want the extra 44 megapixel telephoto that the Pixel 6 does not have, and the Pro version does. The Pixel 6 Pro has a 50 megapixel wide camera, 12 megapixel ultra wide camera, 48 megapixel telephoto, and an 11 megapixel front camera. The normal Pixel 6 is the exact same thing minus the 48 megapixel telephoto, and then the front camera is 8 megapixels rather than 11 megapixels like the Pro. A very insignificant difference, but for a phone that is this inexpensive, it makes no sense not to get the best of the best version. The only problem currently is that the phones are brand new, so they're gonna sell out very, very quickly. The second phone is the Galaxy S21 Plus. With the Galaxy S22 on its way, the 21 Plus is going to continue to go lower and lower in price, making it one of the best, most affordable phones out there. This was about $1,300 when it initially released and is now just a little bit over $600. So unless you want bragging rights, pick up the previous year's phone. Again, the camera on this is awesome. Samsung has always been known for their awesome cameras, specifically in the video aspect. There are plenty of phones out there that take great photos, but that does not apply to video quality. The Samsung Galaxy S21 Plus can record in 8K. So taking into consideration that buying a camera capable of this would cost nearly $5,000 is crazy. Of course, all of the specs of each of these phones will be on screen, but to save you time, I'm just going to go over the consumer type stuff and what I like about these phones rather than taking an extra 20 minutes going over all of the technical details. The third phone is the OnePlus 9 Pro. It's pretty mind-boggling how far OnePlus has come after all of these years. Their first phone came out as a super cheap budget-friendly phone, and they have moved their way up the ladder of being some of the best phones out there, yet still a very affordable price. The OnePlus 9 Pro can also record in 8K. It has a 48 megapixel main camera, a 50 megapixel ultra wide camera, and then an 8 megapixel telephoto camera with a 2 megapixel monochrome lens. This has the Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 for a very smooth user experience. The 120Hz display on this phone is something that you really need to experience. When you see and feel the difference from 60Hz, it's a night and day difference. The other phones also have a 120Hz display, but I just felt to mention this now. The last two phones are a bit older and honorable mentions because they've held out extremely well over the past couple of years. That being the Samsung Galaxy S20 and the Sony Xperia 5 II. Both of these were what the Google Pixel 6 is doing right now basically. They had cameras on the phones that no other company could come close to competing with on the market. The Xperia has always focused much more on the camera and video, it's what Sony kind of built their name from. The cameras that they have are, at least in my opinion, 10 times better than a Canon camera. Of course, you pay for the quality inside of a Sony camera, but money aside, Sony has always had the best cameras out there, and the same goes for Samsung. Even though Samsung doesn't have any top tier cameras out there specifically, their phones, on the other hand, have the best cameras for a phone, and honestly, pretty much always have had the best cameras on a phone, with the Google Pixel 6 being the exception. But at the same point, the S22 is probably going to come out very, very soon and be announced in 2022. So that's probably going to have a better camera than the Google Pixel 6, but it's also going to be twice the amount of money. So for now, the Pixel 6 is the winner. The user experience with the Xperia and the S20 are great, obviously, but the camera is really what sets these apart, aside from all of the other phones that were released during their time period. As always, the links to everything will be down in the description and in my pinned comment for anybody that would like to pick one of these phones up. But yeah, that's going to bring us to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to leave a like if you did, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.